Okay folks, so my Neptune 4 Max had a nozzle blockage which I had to clear, so I replaced the nozzle, and this looked like a good time to do a whole new set of bed leveling and recalibration, but also they've released a new firmware for it, so it looked like the best time to do a video once again on a firmware update, then bed calibration, and then going into a print, just to show exactly how it works and how smooth it can go if you do everything in the right order. So once again, this is Neptune 4 Max, and let me go and set up the camera so you can see my computer screen, and we'll go and get the firmware downloaded. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is go to the Elegoo website. And I'm going to go to the US store because that's where I happen to be. See if there's any bargains. Need to stay away from them. And while we're here, we go down to Support Center. And then I want to go to the Download Center. And we're going to be on 3D printers, firmware, manual model. So I'm going to pick here the Neptune 3D printer and 4 Max out of the list. And then it'll list firmware, manuals, test model, that's your Buddha. So if you lose all that stuff, you can get it here. So the one I want to get is this one, dated November the 5th. And I'm going to click on that. And wait for it to download in the top corner here. Don't know why I suddenly decided to download multiple copies, but cancel them. Okay, so we got it. So let's go look in the folder. And got a bunch of stuff that I downloaded earlier. And we'll come in here and extract all. Okay, going to put that over here, put this folder over here. So there's one for the Mac OS and your Neptune 4 Max. So obviously that's where I want to go. First of all, here's your firmware update instructions. Please read these. A lot of people don't read them and it causes a lot of problems. You've got to make sure you update everything in the right order. Now there's a fix pack. Now the fix pack is only for older versions. So if you go into your machine and the firmware is earlier, the 1.2.2.64, you use the fix pack. If you don't have to touch it. And that really is an old firmware. Other than that, you're going to need a USB stick and you're going to need the micro SD card that was supplied with the machine. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy the files that we just downloaded to the correct locations, and then we'll be able to upload it. So we don't need fix pack, we're going to go to the main board, and the first thing it's going to tell us is take this Elegoo update directory folder, the folder being the operative word, and put it on the root of the USB flash drive. So not the contents of the folder, the whole folder has to go on the USB drive. Let me just go slide that out of the way. And I've set up a couple of drives here. So this purple F, that's my USB. So I'm going to go in here. There's the firmware pack. And there's the Elegoo update directory with the files in. And remember, I want the whole folder to go onto my USB drive. Bingo. Refresh, so everything's there. Now I'm going to eject that drive. That's my firmware update for the printer. Now, I've also prepped my micro SD card. So I'm going to go back here, screen firmware, and this is just a single file, and that single file goes onto the root of the micro SD card. Simple as that. And eject. So there's my micro SD card reader with my micro SD card in it, and that's for the screen, and that goes second. So I can close them out. I'm going to put you on pause, spin the camera around, and we can work on the machine. Alright, so step one, turn on the printer. Wait for it to start up. Okay, device is currently starting, please wait. And we're away. Okay, so I'm going to take my USB stick and plug it into the slot. Now I'm going to go to Settings, About Machine, and it gives me the current firmware version, 1.2.31, which is above the one that needs the fix pack. I'm going to hit this and it says, confirm that the firmware files are stored in the root directory of the USB drive. They are, you saw me copy them, and hit confirm. Updating firmware, please wait. Nearly there. Firmware update completed, restarting device. So let's just wait on that. Now whatever you do during this period, don't get bored and switch the machine off and switch it back on. You want to leave this finished. There we go. So that's the machine done. So now we're going to take this screen, because we haven't finished yet, we're going to do the screen update. And I'm going to unplug the screen. There we go. And I can remove my USB drive as well at this point. Now, in our drawer where we keep all our tools, I'm going to go in here and undo the screws on the back. Yeah. Give that a kick there. There we go. Sorry about that. Undo the screws on the back of this. Forward. Take the back panel off, and here you can see the board inside the screen, not much to it, and there is a micro SD card reader there, so that's where we need to take our card, plug it in. I can't remember which way up it goes. Oh, so it's connectors facing down. So once you've got that in there, what I like to do is take the back cover and just put it down so it holds the connection in place so it doesn't get pushed in. And once that's in place, plug the socket back in. And then what you see now is SD card update, and it starts the update process. So it's verifying card, then it writes the data, and we're showing a percentage value as it goes. So I'm just going to sit here and watch this. It says it normally takes about 90 seconds or so. We shall see. %. Okay, it's checking the data. Update succeeded. So once we get the update succeeded, we take the card out. So this is where we now go in and plug this. Oop. This back up. Eject the card. This back on. Get our screws. Tighten them all up. Turn the machine off. Plug my connection in. And Take my micro SD card in the reader, put that safely away in there. Take my Allen key, put that in there. Turn it back on. Watch it restart. And there you go, machine update complete. I'm going to pause here because now we've updated the machine, we've actually wiped all the configurations out of it. So I'm going to walk you through the next setups that we need to do to get this machine back up and running properly.